5 lessons to help you stop overthinking and find peace. Have you ever found yourself lying awake at night, staring at the ceiling, trapped in a loop of what-ifs and maybes? You're not alone. Overthinking can steal your peace and mental clarity, leaving you exhausted by the time the morning comes. It's natural to want control, but trying to predict or manage everything is impossible. That's where ancient Stoic principles come in, helping you let go of what you can't control and focus on what you can. In this video, we'll explore 5 powerful lessons from Stoic philosophy to help you stop overthinking and find peace of mind. These aren't abstract ideas, but practical, clear steps to break the cycle of overanalysis, embrace imperfection, and live in the present moment. If you've been searching for ways to calm your racing thoughts, you're in the right place. Let's dive in and take back control of your thoughts. And before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more life-changing wisdom to help you live with clarity and purpose. Lesson 1. Shift focus to what you can control. Overthinking usually happens when we try to control things outside of our power. It's a natural response. Our minds want certainty and predictability. But here's the truth. The more you try to control the uncontrollable, the more anxiety and mental clutter you create. This is where Stoic principles come into play. The Stoic philosophers believed that peace comes from focusing on what's within your control and letting go of everything else. Think about it. How often have you spent hours worrying about what someone else thinks of you? Or stressed over a situation where the outcome was completely beyond your influence? In moments like these, your mind is running wild with what-ifs and hypothetical scenarios that don't serve you. This drains your mental clarity and leaves you feeling overwhelmed. Instead, shifting focus to what you can control, your actions, your thoughts, and your responses, gives you the mental space to stop overthinking and find peace. One of the core Stoic philosophies is that you have control over your own thoughts and actions, but not the outcome. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus famously said, "Some things are in our control and others are not." Mastering this truth is key to breaking the cycle of overthinking. By focusing on what you can do in the present moment, you free yourself from the endless loop of worrying about the future or regretting the past. This mindset shift is powerful for achieving mindfulness and positive thinking. Let's take a real-life example. You've been anxiously waiting for a response from a job interview. Instead of replaying every detail of the interview in your mind, wondering if you said something wrong, and stressing about what the hiring manager is thinking, shift your focus. Ask yourself, what can I control right now? You can control how you spend your time while you wait. Maybe this is an opportunity to work on your skills, prepare for future interviews, or simply take a walk to clear your mind. By redirecting your energy toward actions within your control, you not only break the cycle of overthinking, but also improve your mental clarity. Small actions, like deciding to focus on tasks you can handle, can help you regain control of your thoughts and emotions. This is how you can stop overthinking and regain your peace of mind. Shifting your focus doesn't just help with everyday stress, but it also plays a big role in how we deal with larger challenges in life. Overthinking big decisions, relationships, or career choices can feel paralyzing. But when you embrace this Stoic philosophy and let go of what's beyond your reach, you reduce anxiety and make clearer decisions. You're no longer bogged down by fears of things you can't change. This isn't just about stopping overthinking for the sake of mental clarity. It's also about freeing yourself from the weight of trying to control outcomes. Embracing imperfection, another Stoic principle, helps with this. When you stop demanding perfect results and accept that you can't predict or control everything, you open yourself to a calmer, more peaceful mindset. So the next time you find yourself spiraling in overthinking, pause. Ask yourself, what's in my control right now? Whether it's deciding to shift your thoughts or taking small actions like organizing your day, the focus on what you can control will lead you toward peace. Stoic philosophy reminds us that inner peace doesn't come from controlling the outside world. It comes from mastering our own thoughts and actions. By practicing this principle consistently, You'll notice a shift in how you approach challenges. You'll find it easier to let go of perfectionism, embrace the present moment, and enjoy the mental clarity that comes when you stop overthinking. Lesson 2. Break the cycle with small actions. When you're caught in the loop of overthinking, it can feel like your mind is running in circles. You replay scenarios, think about what you should have said, or worry about how things will turn out. The more you think, the less you act. Overanalysis leads to paralysis. But what if I told you that the key to breaking this cycle of overthinking is to start small? Taking small, deliberate actions can break that mental loop and create space for you to stop overthinking and find peace. Let me share a personal story. I remember a time when I spent weeks overanalyzing a project. I thought through every possible detail, trying to make it perfect in my mind before I even started. But guess what? Nothing moved forward. The project stayed stuck in my thoughts because I wasn't taking action. It wasn't until I decided to take a small step, like jotting down some notes or talking to a friend about the idea, that things started to shift. Small actions broke the cycle of overanalysis. This is one of the most powerful Stoic principles, the belief that action moves us forward while overthinking keeps us stuck. By focusing on taking small actions, you can reframe your thoughts and shift focus from endless thinking to productive doing. Stoic philosophers, including Marcus Aurelius, taught that we should prioritize action. Marcus Aurelius himself said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In other words, the very thing that's holding you back, your overthinking, can become your path forward if you choose to act. So, what small action can you take today? It doesn't have to be grand. Maybe it's as simple as writing a to-do list, sending an email, or cleaning your desk. These actions might seem insignificant, but they're crucial for breaking the overthinking cycle. Each action, no matter how small, helps you regain control of your thoughts and pushes you toward mental clarity. You'll notice that as you take action, your anxiety decreases and you'll begin to find peace. Let's think about it in another way. When we're stuck in overthinking, we're often paralyzed by the fear of making the wrong decision. We think, what if this doesn't work out? Or what if I fail? But action allows us to face those fears and learn from them. It's about shifting your mindset from worrying about the outcome to valuing the process. By taking small steps, you build momentum, and with each step, you start to let go of perfectionism and embrace progress. Stoic philosophy reminds us that it's better to do something imperfectly than to do nothing at all. There's also a deeper lesson here about mindfulness. Small actions help you stay in the present moment. When you focus on what you can do right now, whether it's organizing your thoughts or completing a simple task, you create a sense of mindfulness. You're not worrying about the future or dwelling on the past. You're engaged in the here and now. And that's a major part of how to stop overthinking and find peace. When you focus on the present, the endless loop of thoughts fades away. Breaking the cycle of overthinking with small actions isn't just about being productive. It's about creating mental space for peace and clarity. Every time you choose action over thought, you're reinforcing positive thinking and training your mind to prioritize what matters. It's a simple yet profound shift that can have a huge impact on your mental clarity and overall well-being. Next time you catch yourself stuck in the loop of overthinking, remember this Stoic principle: act. Whether it's something small or large, action is what breaks the cycle. You don't need to have everything figured out. You just need to take that first step. Once you do, you'll begin to notice a shift, not just in how you think, but in how you feel. You'll feel lighter, clearer, and more in control of your thoughts. And that's the real power of small actions. Lesson 3. Let go of perfectionism. One of the biggest barriers to finding peace is perfectionism. Many of us believe that if we can just get everything right, we'll feel satisfied. But here's the truth. Perfectionism is one of the main drivers of overthinking. The constant need to make things flawless causes stress, anxiety, and mental exhaustion. It leaves us feeling like nothing is ever good enough. To break free from this cycle, we have to learn how to let go of perfectionism and embrace imperfection as a part of life. The Stoic philosophers understood this well. They taught that we must accept what we cannot control, including the imperfections of the world and ourselves. As Seneca said, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. This means that the stress we feel over things not being perfect is often worse than the actual reality of those imperfections. Perfectionism keeps us stuck in a cycle of overanalysis, where we hesitate to take action because we're afraid of failure or criticism. But the truth is, waiting for perfection is the shoulda hold yourself back. Think about it. How many times have you delayed starting something important because it wasn't perfect yet? Whether it's a project at work, a conversation with someone, or even a simple task at home, perfectionism stops you from moving forward. Perfectionism also creates unnecessary pressure. It tricks you into believing that one mistake will ruin everything. But the reality is that mistakes are part of growth. As Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius taught, setbacks and imperfections are opportunities to learn. They don't define your worth. By letting go of perfectionism, you're giving yourself permission to grow, to learn from your experiences, and to find peace in the process. This doesn't mean you shouldn't aim for excellence. It means understanding that excellence comes through progress, not through an unattainable standard of perfection. Embracing imperfection is a mindset that leads to positive thinking and mental clarity. It's about focusing on what you can control, your effort, your actions, while accepting that some things won't go as planned. And that's okay. So how can you start letting go of perfectionism? First, recognize when it's holding you back. Notice when you're stuck in overthinking because you're afraid of making a mistake. Then, remind yourself that progress is better than perfection. Take small steps, even if they're not perfect. The more you practice this, the more you'll start to feel a sense of freedom. You'll stop overthinking, and you'll find peace in the process of doing and learning. Lesson 4. Embrace the present moment. One of the biggest challenges with overthinking is that it pulls you out of the present moment. Your mind races, thinking about the past, what you should have done differently, or worrying about the future, what could go wrong. This mental tug-of-war drains your energy and prevents you from living fully in the present. But the truth is, the present moment is all we really have. And by embracing it, we can stop overthinking and find peace. This is a core teaching in Stoic philosophy. The Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius emphasize the importance of staying rooted in the present. As Marcus Aurelius famously said, confine yourself to the present. He understood that the past is beyond our control and the future is uncertain. What we can control is how we engage with the present moment. And when you embrace the present, you regain control over your thoughts and your life. Think about it for a moment. How often do you find yourself reliving an argument from last week or stressing about a meeting next week? These thoughts don't help you. They only add to the mental clutter. By focusing on the present, you let go of the weight of the past and the anxiety of the future. You stop overthinking and start living. Practicing mindfulness is one of the best ways to embrace the present moment. Mindfulness isn't complicated. It simply means paying attention to what's happening right now without judgment. It's about noticing your thoughts, your surroundings, and your emotions as they are, without getting caught up in them. When you practice mindfulness, you create mental space. You stop the endless loop of thoughts and find peace in the simplicity of the moment. For example, the next time you're caught in overthinking, take a deep breath. Notice how it feels to breathe in and out. Focus on what you can hear, see, and feel around you. This small shift brings you back to the present moment. You can apply this simple practice anytime your mind starts spiraling into overthinking. Stoic principles remind us that the present is the only time where we have control. It's in this moment that you can choose how to respond, how to think, and how to act. When you fully engage with the present, you free yourself from the burden of overanalysis. You're no longer stuck worrying about what might happen, and instead, you're focusing on what is happening. This shift helps you find peace and mental clarity. Let's take a practical example. Imagine you're working on a project. You start to worry about the outcome, whether it will be successful or whether people will like it. As these thoughts build up, you find yourself unable to concentrate. But if you focus on the present task, on doing the best you can with what's in front of you right now, you'll notice that the worry starts to fade. You're engaging with what's within your control, not getting lost in hypothetical future scenarios. When you embrace the present moment, you're also letting go of perfectionism. Perfectionism is often rooted in a fear of the future, a fear that things won't turn out perfectly. But when you focus on the present, you realize that you don't need everything to be perfect. You just need to take the next step. By doing so, you reduce anxiety and create mental clarity. So how can you start embracing the present moment more often? Begin by paying attention to your thoughts. When you notice yourself drifting into thoughts about the past or future, gently bring yourself back. Ask yourself, what can I do right now? This simple question will help you stop overthinking and anchor yourself in the present. By embracing the present, you'll not only find peace, but also experience life more fully. You'll notice that the small moments become more meaningful, and the stress of overthinking begins to fade. This is the power of living in the present, and it's one of the key ways to stop overthinking for good. Lesson 5. Reframe your negative thoughts. Overthinking often comes from negative thoughts. You replay conversations, imagine worst-case scenarios, or focus on your shortcomings. This cycle of negativity keeps you stuck, draining your mental clarity and peace. But there's good news. You can break this cycle by learning how to reframe your thoughts. It's not about ignoring negative thoughts, but about changing how you view and respond to them. One of the most powerful Stoic principles is the idea that it's not events themselves that disturb us, but our interpretation of them. As Epictetus famously said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This philosophy is key to learning how to stop overthinking. When you can shift your perspective and reframe your thoughts, you regain control over your mental state. Let's say, for example, that you didn't get the job you applied for. Your first instinct might be to think, I'm not good enough, or I'll never succeed. These negative thoughts start to spiral, leading to overthinking and anxiety. But what if you reframe the situation? Instead of focusing on failure, you could ask, what can I learn from this? Or, how can this experience help me grow? By shifting the focus from a fixed mindset of failure to one of growth, you stop the negative spiral and gain valuable insights. Reframing your thoughts isn't just about thinking positively for the sake of it. It's about looking at situations logically and with perspective. Negative thoughts often exaggerate the problem and lead you to overestimate the consequences. Reframing allows you to challenge those assumptions and put things in context. This shift in perspective helps you find peace and reduces overthinking. Take another example. You have an important meeting tomorrow, and you're already imagining all the things that could go wrong. Instead of letting these thoughts spiral, stop and ask yourself, what is really within my control here? You can't predict exactly how the meeting will go, but you can prepare, control your actions, and focus on doing your best. By reframing your thoughts, you shift from worrying about the unknown to taking productive actions. This is a powerful way to reduce anxiety and regain mental clarity. The Stoic philosophers understood that much of our suffering comes from the way we interpret situations. By practicing reframing, you start to see challenges as opportunities for growth, not as threats. This mindset shift leads to positive thinking and helps break the cycle of overanalysis. You're no longer stuck in a loop of worst-case scenarios. Instead, you focus on what's in front of you and how you can move forward. One practical way to start reframing is by asking yourself, is this thought helping me, or is it holding me back? This simple question can create enough space to reevaluate the situation. You can also challenge your negative thoughts by looking for evidence. Ask yourself, is there really proof that things will go wrong? Most of the time, you'll realize that your fears are exaggerated and based on assumptions, not facts. By questioning these negative thoughts, you take back control. Another effective technique is to remind yourself of past challenges that you've successfully overcome. When you look back, you'll often see that the things you once overthought didn't turn out as bad as you imagined. This gives you the confidence to handle current situations with more calmness and clarity. Reframing your thoughts is a mental habit that takes time to develop, but the more you practice it, the easier it becomes. It's one of the best ways to stop overthinking and find peace. By shifting your mindset from fear to growth, from negativity to perspective, you create mental space for positive thinking. You start to focus on solutions, not problems. And in doing so, you stop the mental spiral before it even begins. Incorporating Stoic philosophy into your thought process doesn't just help you with overthinking, it empowers you to face life's challenges with resilience and clarity. Every time you reframe a negative thought, you're choosing peace over stress, clarity over confusion. Overthinking can steal your peace, but as we've seen, there are simple, practical steps to break the cycle. By focusing on what you can control, taking small actions, letting go of perfectionism, embracing the present moment, and reframing your thoughts, you can stop overthinking and find mental clarity. These lessons, grounded in Stoic principles, are not just theoretical. They're tools you can apply every day to live with more peace and purpose. If you found these insights helpful, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. We're here to help you live a more intentional, mindful life through practical philosophy. Don't miss out on more videos like this one. Hit that notification bell to stay updated with our latest content. Thanks for watching, and remember, peace is within your reach, one small step at a time.